Reverse engineering the perfect post-workout anabolic window. All right, that's a lot of big words, guys and girls. I want you to maximize your time working out, and then what do we do after the gym? Because so many people just think, oh, I get in, I train my face off, I eat my post-lift meal, and it's done, I'm on the rest of my day. So the answer is yes. But how can we really maximize that? So let's start with intra workout. All day long, I want gradient recovery with at least 10 grams of creatine monohydrate and some salt in there. That's going to give me adequate recovery ability when I'm in the gym training. So as I'm tearing the muscle down, I'm refueling it, filling it up so that I have less potential for soreness, or at least the recovery process slows to where, let's say normally on a leg day, I might have 4 days of soreness. Using recovery, I can knock it down to 2 or even 1 day of soreness. So starting with your intra workout all day long is going to be where we begin this process and starts building back the tissue that we're actively tearing down. Now, as soon as we finish training, this is when all day long, if on a training day, if you're an enhanced athlete, I want to take my growth hormone. So I'm not telling you to take growth hormone. I'm just simply saying if you're going to take it, that's when I would do it. Immediately post-lift on a training day. And what I want to think about here, guys, that's anywhere between 2 to 10 units is going to be a good option, whether you're a female all the way up to a giant pro bodybuilding male. So take it immediately post-lift. After you finish your last set, take it, be done with it. That's going to set you up for the best response, right? So from there, we have about a 20-minute window that we want to wait before we ingest any calories, in my opinion. So that's when I'm going to look to take an adrenal supplement because I want to bring down myself out of fight or flight. Now, if you follow my supplements, Proceed Wellness all day long, get a chance to show a picture of it here. This is an adrenal supplement. You can take, there's plenty of them out there that you could probably get off of Amazon. You can get them from your current supplement company, but we want to take an adrenal supplement after we take your growth hormone so that, again, you begin to come down out of that fight or flight response where I don't want to take that energy home to my family, right? So that's step 2 after the workout. Now, next, something that I found that'd be really helpful and beneficial in this last prep of mine is I'll either put on a podcast that makes me laugh or distracts my brain, or I will put it on literally the XM channel radio chill, which is 55. It's calming music. It doesn't have a high beats per minute. It's not octane. It isn't heavy metal. It isn't like even aggressive rap that gets my heart rate going and like really wanting to rage, right? And that's something I was guilty of because I'd get in the car, I just want to blast music going home, windows down, right? Where I need to, again, continue to bring my body down. Like I need to think about coming down out of that fight or flight response, leaning into the growth hormone, leaning into the adrenal supplement so that my body begins to calm and begins to get ready to accept the carbs and protein that I'm about to eat. So I just kind of gave you a peek into the next window of that, right? In my opinion, can you do a balanced or mixed meal, meaning protein, carbs, and fat? Without a doubt. But for me and the way I set up my nutrition for myself as well as most of my clients is I want to go a quick digesting protein, whether that be whey isolate or a lean protein such as egg whites, chicken breasts, white fish, tuna, 99% lean turkey, and then carbs, and a lot of them. So for someone like me, I want 50 to 60 grams of protein, and I want anywhere between 100 and 200 grams of carbs. I tend to like to go mixed sources there. I like to go fruit as well as some kind of rice base, and then a third rice base. So for me, all day long, whey isolate, I do cream of rice in the form of bowl of gains by Flavor Gang. I'll get a chance to post my code here. I'll do fruit, and then it can be whatever I'm into. It could be berries, could be pineapple, could be banana, could be apple. And then I finish with some Rice Krispie treats. If I'm in a prep, those Rice Krispie treats go away, and I simply just have more cream of rice and more fruit. And honestly, for a lot of times, I'll leave those Rice Krispie treats in all the way up to like 5 or 4 weeks out. And then on my high days, I'll actually keep the Rice Krispie treats back in as opposed to a regular training day, I don't. So a quick reason of why, if you're curious, is I always do Rice Krispie treats backstage because they're easy, they're dense, and they taste good. So I want to be able to keep that into our digestive system is used to it. So I'm not going to have them every day, but I have them on my high days. Now, from there, I tend to go do about 15 to 20 minutes of client work, and then I'll lay down and take a nap. So that allows that food to digest properly. And when you take vitamin G, that's a joke, by the way, guys, it's going to make you want to sleep. So I want to lean into that because in my mind, what are the 2 fastest growing humans on the planet? Babies and teenagers. And what do they do a lot of? Sleep. So if you think about the routine, they eat, sleep, play. It doesn't matter if you're talking about a 14-year-old or a 3-year-old. They have that routine. It is eat, they play, they sleep. And they repeat that process over and over. And yet they yield the most growth per pound, right? So if you think about a baby, they're born between 4 and 10 pounds. And in 3 months, they're 20 pounds. They 100% grew their body weight. We would love to replicate that as bodybuilders. Same thing with teenagers. As they're going through puberty, they tend to sleep a lot. They sleep in, they take naps, they fall asleep, etc. So what we're going to do as a bodybuilder, we're going to replicate that window, right? So after you have your post-lift meal, go for a 5-minute walk, do some client work, and then lay down and take a 15 or 20 or 30-minute power nap. From there, then it's been about an hour to 90 minutes. I'm going to get up. I'm going to make me a balanced meal. While I'm having my balanced meal, I actually will have some caffeine with that. So it just makes everything just get shuttled to the body a lot better, right? So that can be in the form of an energy drink. You could do Giga Brain from Granite Supplements. You can have a black coffee. You can have an espresso. I tend to just like to have some caffeine when I wake up to kind of jumpstart my body and say, okay, it's time to get back to work. I have a meal, again, that's balanced for me right now. That is 8 ounces of 99% lean ground turkey. That is 225 grams of rice. That is 8 grams of avocado oil with 50 grams of mixed peppers. And then I do, anywhere based on the day, we'll do 50 to 100 grams of peanut butter cookie bowl gains. So if you look at that, it's carb heavy, but when I mean balanced, I mean it has all 3 macronutrients. And then I even have some micronutrients in there in the form of vegetables. So if you look at that intra-workout to post-workout meal, so the 2 meals after, that window right there, if I'm maximizing by doing everything I laid out in there, if you can set your day up that way, you will grow the absolute best. So trust me when I say this is something I've been refining over the last 2 to 3 years. I absolutely believe in this process. So just a quick rundown to recap so you can write it down really quickly. It's going to be recovery. So master your intra-workout. It's going to be growth hormone. Then it's going to be an adrenal supplement, chill music on the way home, or something that brings you peace. Then we're going to get home. We're going to eat protein and carbs. We're going to do either a 5 or 10 minute walk or client work for me. Go take a nap, get up, eat a balanced meal with some caffeine, and you will start to begin to grow like a freaking weed. So master this window, grow to be your biggest and best. And I promise instilling these principles will help you do that. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe. Until next time, Chris on the TV.